why I became this type of person was one, I went to Australia back in like 2005 on this like volunteer thing, and I did not pack light, and they actually had a luggage restriction, and so I literally had to leave half of my stuff with some like random person in a youth hostel, and also because of jet lag, I had like a temper tantrum, and actually I brought this like huge, like it was like sleeping bag, air mattress thing, and I literally was like lugging it in Melbourne, and I was just like, enough with this. I literally just like dropped it off in the street. I couldn't do it. And then the other aspect too of why I became this way, I have had my luggage lost so many times that I refuse to ever check in luggage. And I'm also kind of a budget traveler. So I'm kind of going to just show you some of like, and this is just like a funny video. This is what jet lag looks like in Barcelona. Anyway, so this is a trip I took in 2019, 30 days. Let's see, Barcelona, Paris, Sardinia, London, Antwerp, Brussels, Ghent, Amsterdam. So this is kind of just to give you an idea of what that could look like. And then this is another trip I took. So these are both with exes I don't like, but so there's not that many pictures of me. But anyway, so this is me. I did 2 months in California, started in San Luis Obispo, went up to Monterey, went through Big Sur down to LA for I think it was like 2 weeks, and then flew over to Cabo, went up to La Paz, and then flew over to Guadalajara. So the funny thing about this, the picture of me with like the jacket, we actually stayed at an Airbnb. This is the craziest thing. We actually spent the night in a nail salon. This nail salon, they basically rented out like the massage rooms. It was just like the craziest thing. And one, so like they even had like you know, like how like, you know, where they wash their hair, they're like, oh, you can wash your vegetables.
Oh my God. Ivy, where's the sand dunes from?
Oh, that place is awesome. So this is like, it's about like maybe 30 minutes outside of San Luis Obispo in it's like Guadalupe. It's like called like Great Dunes Park or something like that. And it's actually by the beach. And this is where they do a lot, like, because it's not so far. I mean, oh, it's like 2 hours from Los Angeles. They will often shoot like desert kind of scenes there.
All right, but that's in the States.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's
That's
so
like,
cool.
yeah, it's really cool. And then this is a crazy trip. So I flew into London for a conference. Then I took the Eurostar over to Paris. I was in Paris like for 5 days. Went over to Caen in Normandy, then went down to Saint-Malo in Bretagne, which is amazing. Nantes, and then I met my friend in Prague, and did Prague, Vienna, and Budapest. And Budapest is like my favorite city. So this is just me traveling around, and you can be like, oh, you look terrible, but this is how I looked. My favorite picture is the one down below with I had like this like, I don't know, I was like having this weird hair thing, and I don't know, just kind of funny hair picture. And then this is me 2 weeks in Japan with my mother. We started in Tokyo. I actually gave a conference outside of Tokyo. So that's like me, if you like, with the white dress, with these Japanese women and my mother. It was at what do you call, like a acupuncture retreat center. And then if you look in the corner on like the upper right, that is a company called Airweave. And they do these mattress toppers, and I actually gave a presentation at their like flagship store with a yoga teacher in Manhattan. And then I got to meet the president. I actually got to meet 2 presidents on this trip. So I got to meet that president, and then all the way, so there's like me like hugging some kind of like antler thing. Then right there, that's a president or like of some miso company. So anyway, we started in Tokyo, went down to Kyoto, Osaka, Nagoya, which actually I had studied outside of there after undergrad, Nara, which is not too far from Kyoto. And then if you ever go to Japan, highly recommend if you get a chance, go to Koyasan, which is like about a 2-hour train ride to Osaka. It's like a chance in a lifetime opportunity to spend the night at a Buddhist monastery. Just really,
Wow.
really cool. Um, so those are some of my travels and things. And it's interesting when I look at these pictures. I guess like kind of like some of my like disclaimers is like I have been the same size since freshman year of high school. So I really haven't really outgrown any of my clothes. And I'm also kind of a natural minimalist. And my tendency is I like to buy clothes. Like I only vet clothes that fit in with other clothes. That's just my thing. Um, okay, so here's like just like an idea of like kind of like what I pack. I have a tendency, I just wear dresses and skirts and I just find them like so much easier. I mean, a dress. So this is kind of like an idea of like, it's a range depending on like what I'm doing. So I usually pack, a few dresses, a few skirts, and then like maybe a couple like short, like again, also this depends like I tend to go to more, just to get to another disclaimer, I usually just like to go to places that are warm and I usually travel in the summer. So that's also going to make needing less things. Um, one or two like long sleeve tops and then the wrap. So this is something that I got from Kathy G's collection and it is like the best travel thing I've ever discovered. So a cardigan, fleece hoodie for temperature variability, underwear. So this is like also I'm weird. I'm very weird. I'm gonna tell you. So I tend to usually like to pack things that I'm ready to get rid of, and underwear is one of them. And there's a couple lingerie companies I really like in Paris, for example. So I usually bring like a couple pair, like I'll bring my underwear that I'm like ready to get rid of, and then my souvenir is like some like really nice underwear for myself. Similarly, in some of those pictures, I brought dresses that they were nice, like, and I kind of now miss it. Like I really liked, so this plaid dress, it's a couple of pictures. I love that dress, but I honestly bought that when I was like 21 years old at Urban Outfitters, and it's a great dress, but it was like ready to retire. And so I'll usually bring maybe a couple things I'm ready to like retire for whatever reason. And maybe for some reason, maybe it's a good idea. Like this, I also got this, I think at the same time I bought that other Urban Outfitters dress, this magenta dress, which was like a really fun for like swing dancing. I really liked it, but it was ready to like get rid of it. Okay. So similarly, like socks, I usually will bring, so I tend, I'm an active person and one of the things I like to do when I travel is I do like to go to like either dance classes. When I was in Amsterdam, I went to both some dance and then I took amazing bar classes at this crazy, beautiful studio. So I usually bring like a top and shorts. Leggings are just great and kind of like some of my hacks. I'll talk about like leggings. So stockings, I bring stockings that are like kind of like heat tech, and this was a discovery I came when I was in Paris. So in the summer, Paris weather is very variable. And so like when you're in the south of France, like everywhere else in France, it's like hot, but then Paris can be like 60 degrees. And again, like I just usually bring dresses and skirts and things. And one year I got to Paris, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like freezing. And I was gonna buy pants. And I have a friend who spends half her time in New York and half her time in Paris. And I said to her, I was like, hey, I might need to buy pants. Would you mind if I buy pants, could I give them to you and you can like bring them next time you're in New York with also the 8 bars of my favorite chocolate bars that you normally always get me. But it's called Tabio. It's a Japanese company. And I just was like in like the St. Paul area and I discovered it and it was like, these are so great. And so I bought a bunch. They're actually warmer than pants. And so I usually either bring some, but then that's like another thing I like to buy is stockings. There's another brand, an Italian brand that I also love. And I bought so many my last trip to Italy. So shoes. So I actually only usually bring one pair of shoes, and I try to find a pair of shoes. I mean, if I'm gonna definitely do some more intense hiking, then I might actually bring hiking shoes. But I like to buy like literally shoes that are like all purpose that could be like literally for everything. So I usually will buy like a pair of like a Mary Jane that have like good soles. So if I want to do like I like to walk, like I'm a big walker. So but could pass for dressy enough. Also I don't do anything too fancy. Um, I might bring flip-flops. I might just buy flip-flops when I'm there and then just get rid of them. Um, if I'm in a beachy place, I'm definitely gonna bring a swimsuit, waterproof jacket. So one of the things I'll talk about the other slide about like the importance of understanding the climate, the weather, and like layers. Uh, One, I don't actually, this is embarrassing. I don't really wear pajamas, but I bring them because I might be traveling with other people and it's a good idea to be respectful and private. So pajamas, loungewear. I usually bring a couple snacks for the plane or just, just in case. But of course, you can always buy things like while you're there, but it's good just to have some things. Toiletries, and I'll talk a little bit about that. I do take a lot of supplements because I am a naturopath, but I always pack them in a Ziploc bag. And what's nice is as the trip progresses, your bag actually ends up getting lighter. I do bring, I'll show you 2-day pack handbags that I think are amazing that I like. I usually bring a canvas tote bag. It really doesn't take up that much room and it can be like useful for things. You can also always obviously buy one and then, check the weather. If you're going to the desert, you might not need an umbrella, but bringing an umbrella could usually be good. So I'd say my travel light basics is first if you start with like a small bag and like you're kind of like limited to those things, so you're going to be working through that. Definitely research the weather and even continuously checking in, maybe even the week before, like what is the weather going to be like? Know your activities and itinerary. I mean, if you're not doing anything fancy, why bring anything fancy? Like what kind of one place in particular, if you ever get a chance, Martinique, which people are just so casual there. Honestly, I probably could have just brought a bathing suit, a tank top, and a pair of shorts and just like lived off of that. Like people just go, you don't even wear shoes to the restaurant. It's kind of crazy. Uh, Pack clothes you'd like to purge. And one of the nice things is then you have more room for souvenirs at the end and less stuff that you have to carry. So obviously like laundry access, like when I travel for a month or more, kind of do need to be factor in that. Um, I only carry like the bare minimum of, again, like I'm very low maintenance when it comes to, I don't really wear that much makeup. I don't use a lot of products. If you're really attached to certain products, and you can always get like the small, like Muji. I love that company, Muji. They have like really good travel size things and that you can like pour your stuff in. But also again, like if you're not checking in luggage, there's the 3-ounce liquid restriction. Plus also things happen and you don't want to bring like $100, $200 product and then like leave it somewhere. That would be devastating, or at least for me. Shoes, so it definitely like look into like a pair of shoes that can like literally do anything and everything. Uh, I definitely think like leggings and um, stocks, I've really meant stockings, are your best friends. Uniqlo. So Uniqlo is like the best place for travel clothes. And I'm going to show you some of my favorite Uniqlo finds. They have things like so many things with like built-in bras and they last pretty well. And also like the price point, again, if I like lose like a $19 pair of pants or a skirt, I'm not gonna like lose sleep over it. I also say like channel your travel Mary Kondo and kind of thinking about like what do I really need? What do I really want? And then when it comes to accessories, again, because I lost a pair of earrings in Dominican Republic that were not cheap. They were gold. So I don't really travel too much with major accessories, but you can always like, why not? You're on vacation, treat yourself. They make kind of like the best souvenirs. Okay, so that is, I think, yeah, that's the presentation. And then it's funny because like I told Terry that I have to make sure that I'm definitely wait, how do I undo it?
Hit stop share. Oh, you did it.
Okay. Okay, so I'm not no longer sharing. Okay, so I'm gonna show kind of some of my kind of like thinking about like what are the things like I normally bring, and kind of like my thought process. And again, like I travel mostly in the summer, so it's like a pile. I have a pile of stuff here of some of my things that I normally would bring. So okay, I'll start with the bottoms. And again, like sometimes like some of these things you might even wear on the plane. Um, this is my favorite skirt, and this I did get at Uniqlo. And what's so great about it, it has shorts, so it can really, and it has like such like a mold, and it's like a good fabric. Also like thinking like not wrinkle. So I have this skirt. I have this skirt, which this is actually like this is what like religious women wear to like a Pilates class. But this is just like a great light skirt. Also doesn't really wrinkle. And then these are amazing. Also Uniqlo are they're heat tech leggings. So they can really be great. Like kind of like I usually would wear these on the plane, but also just like, you know, having something kind of like comfortable to lounge around. And then dresses. So there's so many dresses I like to travel with. So this is Uniqlo, and again, this is like great because it has like the built-in bra. So that's like super easy. I'm actually not doing the best job, but I would probably do a little bit better job at packing. So this, I think any kind of like light shift dress is like perfect. This one I got at H&M, and it's what I like also about this one because it's like a terracotta color. You really could be like, it could be winter, it could really be very any season. I mean, if I was traveling in a colder month, I have like some nice like longer sleeve dresses, but I really like this one because it's very multifunction. And then I'll usually bring maybe one or two fun dresses. I like this one in particular because it's light, it can like, I feel it's like very multi-purpose. And then there's you can actually change the sleeves of this one. I got this one at Zara. So those would be like my dresses. Moving on to what's here. Okay, so this is what I was talking about with the Kathy G. And I think there we go. So this is like great because you can like, it can act as like, it looks like a jacket, you can wrap it, it doesn't wrinkle, it takes up no room at all. You can wear it to your dance class. It's like my favorite thing ever. I mean, I have other blazers. I did in my trip to Florida because I was going to do some filming. I actually did bring a blazer and I wore it on the plane, but that's kind of unusual. So again, heat tech, Uniqlo, these shirts are so great. They have them all different kinds of colors. So sometimes I'll bring one, sometimes I'll bring two. So because I often go to, I'll do like Shabbos things, and like some community people are pretty sneeze and they cover up a lot. So this is just a great, also from Uniqlo, like a light top that you can put under anything and it can make you look like you're modest if that's something that's important. So tops, so I usually will bring at least, I usually bring just like, I'm not really crazy about sleeveless, but I'll usually bring like one tank. And also I always, when I'm picking tops, I make sure that they go with all my bottoms. So I can mix and match, but I'm not, this one is really great. It doesn't really wrinkle. It's a button down. It's one of my favorite tops. This I actually got in Paris a few years ago. It's also like it's like a nice, like light, interesting top that goes with all those. Okay, so this is an example. So shorts. And so if I want to do like a hike, or if I want to be taking a class or do some dance, I have that. Pajamas or loungewear. So then I usually will put, I'm trying to think what other things, and then umbrella just in case, I'll put that in there. And then, okay, so I'll talk about, because depending honestly, like on like, this is another important thing. If you are somebody who's a little bit more of a budget traveler, definitely if you're doing any of like the European, those like, Ryanair and everything, the baggage restrictions are ridiculous. So you really can only have like one carry-on. You can't do a bag, otherwise they'll charge you like 60 euros. Similarly, like now I think like American has like a real budget one, and I warned my friend that literally you can only have one carry-on, not a carry-on and a handbag. And she was appalled that they charged her money at the gate, but I warned her. She didn't follow my advice. So my two favorite travel like day pack bags. So this is, I don't know how to pronounce this. It's a Swedish company. They have them in a couple of different sizes. I like the kid size, but they have them in larger size. And what I love about it, specifically when it comes to travel, is you have like this like hidden part. So this is my travel wallet. I can put it in here, put anything, any valuables, and it's not so apparent that it's there. So like you wouldn't know. And what's great, it just like kind of like fits in. And so this bag, I don't know if they even make it anymore. This is also Uniqlo. You have this, I can't demo it, but I would also put my, I most likely would put my computer in there if I'm specifically for a month, because I probably will be working. But this easily also packs in there. Or the other bag, and I'm thinking about buying another one, maybe a smaller one. So this company, if you don't know Jacques Vaughan, best bags ever. They're all waterproof. And then this material doesn't stretch. And they have them all different kind of styles. They and they fold up really nice. I mean, I probably wouldn't bring both, but
How do you spell that?
Jacques was Jacques like Jacques, and then Gomme, Gomme. They're not cheap, but they really they like really are adorable. They're waterproof. They have them all different kinds of colors, all different styles. And so that could be like, again, I mean, this could be a great day pack, pocketbook. They have different styles. And again, what's so great is it like folds up so small, you can easily put that in. So I could actually, in theory, bring both. Just a random tote bag. Again, it can be like helpful if you're going to the markets. So that's kind of, I do bring a comb. Again, I'm lucky, like I have nothing, like my hair is pretty not so complicated. I'm a pretty low maintenance person. And then you can easily, if you are going to bring, I might bring flip-flops. I wouldn't bring these probably, but just as an example. And then, so that's sort of like that part. I also will usually slip in maybe one or two New Yorkers or a magazine. And then, okay, other things. So here's my toiletries. Again, I'm really super basic. I just bring the bare minimum of what I need. And it's kind of crazy how much you actually don't use, even in a month, but maybe I'm a little bit weird in that part. So I typically usually put that, so I put the toiletries in here. My mom told me like to bring washcloths. I don't know, I bring a washcloth for some reason. This would probably be a lot more full, but this is my supplements, if that was. Snacks, I usually either bring like maybe a couple like nut butter bags or like small like Trader Joe's has like single nut bags. I'll just bring a couple of those just in case like something. And then what I would like to call is a ladies Valium, just in case it gets stressed out. And then, okay, so here
Wait, what was that last thing? That purple thing?
is my travel vibrator.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I was really stressed out.
Oh, my. Okay.
I was like, ladies
Thanks for
Valium, what the fuck is that?
And then
Why we love this group. There it is.
So good. Oh my God.
oh, a month is a long time and things can happen. So
Oh my God.
stockings I was talking about, I mean, these are kind of crazy colors, but they have them.
Mary Ann's not phased by that at all. She's like, whatever.
It's like, I keep one in my pocketbook, you know, you might get stuck on the bus.
Okay, so yeah, so here's the these are the stockings I was talking about. They have them in also like more than like grays and browns and blacks, and I just like them, and I try to, you know, I have like a crazy amount of stockings. I feel like that's the one thing I guess I hoard. I'll put those in here.
Ivy, what's the difference between stockings and leggings?
Hmm.
Oh, well, leggings, your feet come out.
Yeah. Oh, and stockings, these have feet in them?
Yeah, it's like stockings.
Gotcha.
Ivy, are you, everything that you showed us, are you putting that all in that bag or are you just giving us examples? Is everything you're showing? That's amazing.
That is like a bottomless bag.
I want to know what bag that is.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, Uniqlo. I don't know if they still make it. It's the backpack.
That's a Uniqlo bag?
Yeah. Well, Janice knows her. Carol, my friend Carolyn Alroy. We went to lunch one day and she had this bag. I was like, "Where did you get that bag?" And she's like, "I got it at Uniqlo." I was like, "Oh my gosh, I gotta get this bag." So this is like my underwear and socks.
So what about laundry detergent? You figure you're going to use soap in the hotel or go to the laundromat and they'll have it there?
I mean, honestly, we live in a modern world. I mean, let's like, and a lot of these, like, I mean, and even if you go into something that isn't modern, like India, do you know how cheap it is to get somebody to clean your clothes and they'll do a better job than you would ever do it yourself? It's like zero money.
I've washed out a lot in hotel rooms with the shampoo.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's like in the room.
Watch out in Ireland. They throw all your clothes together and they all come out gray.
Yeah.
I did I was in Italy with the kids and I went to a laundromat and just, you know, I think you can pick up like, you know, a travel size detergent and just, you know, it's like a slot machine. You know, you just put in.
So this is like the last piece, and you don't necessarily have to pack this. So again, like layers are your best friends, and Uniqlo is also your best friend. And I think some of these things I think they always have. And I feel like at this point I do need to get a new one of these. It's a little bit old. So this is like their it's like it's like wind resistant, rain resistant, and they have it in different size, like different lengths depending how you like it. But it's not, even though it's wind resistant, it's not super, it's like a very light jacket, but you can get their, one of their fleece zip ups. So you can easily put it in there. And then this is just such like a useful thing to have. Because like, again, if you're somebody like me who gets chilly, it's just like really good. And again, like you can put them together, you can put them apart. So that is.
But can you put your bag on your back?
Yes.
I want to see this.
The great thing about this bag is it can be a backpack, but it also has like a side, like however you want, or it can be like.
Oh, okay.
And
Oh, that's so small.
Just remember Ivy's size. She's small.
that's my other thing where it's like I'm not a big person.